Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome back to another live stream. We are live with the DCTVshow episode 127. We are here with Mr. Andy, Mr. Declan from many different places. But yeah, welcome to the live stream. We got a packed stream for you guys today. Literally, we were just saying before the stream, there has been so much DC news this week. It feels like it's been like the biggest week in a long, long time, because things are kind of starting back up. You know, shows are potentially coming out this year, and obviously lots of development. So we're going to be breaking down everything in terms of big DC news. We've got like 8 main topics, so it's going to be a big live stream today, which is very different from, you know, recent weeks where sometimes you struggle for a few topics, but, you know, there's no struggle with today. But if you obviously want to support the live stream as we do, as always, please be sure to send in super chats just like Gary has done. And obviously we'll get to Gary in just a minute. But yeah, send in super chats throughout the live stream because we've got a huge stream. As I said, we've got so many topics. I'm sure you guys have all your opinions on Smallville, on Superman Lois casting Jimmy Olsen, on the Penguin trailer. Like, there is so much. So yeah, please be sure, be active in the chat this stream, and obviously send in any super chats if you have any questions and you want to support the channel. But yeah, okay, that was a big intro, but welcome guys. Nice to have you guys back. As always, we're live on Friday today, just too busy yesterday. I was watching June 2 again. Have you guys seen it?
Yes.
I swear to God, I thought you said June 2.
No. That was my second time yesterday, and I really liked it again. So very happy. You know,
everyone knows my feelings towards Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, you love him. I love him too. But yeah, so much to talk about with DC. But first things first, let's get started with Gary's super chat. We're gonna hand this right over to our Gary correspondent. Andy.
Yes, he
What's
does.
your response, Andy?
For the first year, she does. Yeah, for the first year, she does. And then I take over. No.
So there's your reply. You know, the usual reply, Gary.
Also, hi Craig. Good to see you in the chat. That's Craig. For people who don't know, he Krypton site, KSI TV, Greener TV. If you follow the Arrowverse, you're probably following his websites.
I'm a big fan of his site. Love Krypton TV. Love everything. So shout out to you for joining. And yeah, clearly on that Smallville hype.
Yeah, he's the goat of all small things. He wrote books. He's the number one small portal page out there, and even sometimes he's made April Fool jokes for some Smallville with some things actually coming true eventually. So you know he's stay dangerous.
Fair enough. Yeah, we all like our April Fool's jokes. Oh, thanks, Craig. Really appreciate it. I love your website. You know, we can fanboy another time, but yeah, no, it's very informative, and you know, it's always been good. But yeah, let's talk about our first main topic. But once again, shout out to Gary for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's April in like a week. That's crazy. Shit, I gotta think of a good one.
I really wonder if he has anything cooking.
The worst part is cool live action cooking, or you know.
Well, again, it's if you like, because I think someday Craig will include like Craig, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that like somewhere on this page he will have like a list of past years and like, you know, certain things that he's listed that actually like come to fruition. And I'm kind of like, and I've told us them personally, like, did you actually notice that you were just making a joke, or did you manifest this somehow magically? Like, it's
manifesting it. He's manifesting it, and you know, he's just got like some sort of foresight, and you know, yeah. So. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining for the first time. I was waiting for that one, Gary. Yeah. So Gary sends another super chat. Are you all planning to have kids? You know, the usual, the standard as per usual. Shout out to you, Gary, for the super chat. Yeah, Andy, Declan, any quick response to Gary?
About what?
What he. This.
Oh fuck no! I want a dog. I don't want no fucking kid. No fucking kids.
No kids, just dogs, guys. Just
fuck
dogs.
Them kids.
dogs and cats. That's it.
There's a cat
Yeah,
right
I've
behind
already
you.
got 2 cats, and they're enough of a handful.
Yeah, I've already got one. You know.
Yeah,
but-
she was just behind you.
I know. Yeah, you can probably hear her in the background. But yeah, shout out to you, Gary. Thanks for the super chat as always. But let's go ahead and jump into our first topic. Smallville. Let's talk Smallville. So I'm going to pop the article written by someone very, very familiar onto the screen. And we'll be sure to just read out what Michael Rosenbaum had to say about the potential Smallville animated show that he could be working on, written by none other than Andy himself. So this was Andy's question. Something that I know many of us at Screen Rant and all of us always wonder about is the potential of the show coming back. I know you and Tom spoke a year or two ago about this, but you guys were developing a Smallville animated series with the cast and creators. I know last year the strikes probably forced it to get put on pause. But is there any update that you can provide us with? Michael replied to Andy himself, all I could share is that it's a great idea. We have Al and Miles, the creators of Smallville, backing us up. When it's the right time, we'd like to go and do this. Pitch to Warner Brothers. It has to be the right time. And right now, it is not the right time. We had the strike. We had a change of executives at DC, one being one of my best friends in the world, James Gunn. When the time is right, I think it's something that's a no-brainer unless they have other ideas. We'd like to do it. The whole cast would like to do it. They would voice their own character from the show, and we have a concept of what the show is. So shout out to you, Andy. That is a really good answer you got out of him. Like, he's literally kind of broken down his whole thought process over what's going on. And it definitely gives Smallville fans hope of this animated sequel show. So Andy, let's get your thoughts on what he said. Obviously, you were the one asking him the questions.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely wanted to see if he would say anything about it because it had been such a long time since we heard anything about it, and because I mean, last year you almost couldn't ask any actor about anything. So, no, it makes sense that right now it doesn't make sense for them to try and pitch it now because Warner Bros. Is in this really big change of motion really with everything they're doing. So, but it definitely encourages me to hear that that they have they really they have a lot of ideas in mind. I don't know if they're planning on adapting like the season 11 comic that is tie into the original series, or if they are going to try and do something different. Obviously it would be after Smallville season 10, so he would obviously be a Superman story. So. And I almost wonder if that was what he was kind of like implying, that right now is not the right time because they're focusing so much on their new Superman movie. But I'm happy that he he was very again because we spoke on camera and he was very very comfortable talking about it, and he again I think he definitely knows that this Smallville coming back would be would do really really well, but it has to be I think in the right context. So hopefully hopefully James Gunn sees this article at screenrun.com and he's kind of like, Michael and we are pretty good friends. We should probably do something. Like, I hope it happens because I love Smallville. It is, I think next to The Flash, it's like, my two all-time favorite DC shows of all time. So I hope it comes back. And, I mean, we're seeing so many series revivals for other things these days. And, X-Men, yeah, definitely. So it's I'm surprised you even know what X-Men is because you hate Marvel. But I
don't hate Marvel, guys.
He hates Marvel. But I hope this happens, and I hope that when again because it could fit into the whole Elseworlds thing of it all, and also Smallville. I mean, Smallville was I mean Craig can testify that Smallville is like one of the most profitable properties for the WB. So it seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. Deck?
Yeah, I think this was a fantastic response from Michael. I really like Michael Rosenbaum. Like, he seems like a really down-to-earth guy, especially like, you listen to like his podcast and stuff. He seems quite really honest, great,
which is good.
Yeah, and I think this is such a great answer because there's normally actors like this who have been in comic book properties, they get so many questions like this.
Well, you come back,
where it's like, it'll just be, Obviously, this is not targeted at you, Andy, but that you get so many random people. No, you just get people, asking them questions of, "Oh, you were on this once. Would you like to see it come back?" They're gonna, when there's no real grounds for it. But what I like about this is that obviously there has been discussion about it in the past, and then when you asked him about it, Andy, he gave you a full, proper response. It wasn't just, "Oh yeah, we'd love to do that," or "Yeah, sounds cool." It was like, "Yeah, we've got an idea. We know what it wants. We know what we want it to be. We have contacts in DC. Like obviously Michael Rosenbaum, as he says, is fantastically close friends with James Gunn. Like they've got the resources to be able to do it. They're just waiting for the right time."
Yeah.
And also, as you mentioned, Andy, as well, I think with James Gunn being very open to doing like the Elseworld stuff, there is the perfect opportunity for it to slot in. Like you don't have to worry about continuity with whatever's going on in the mainline universe. You can do this on the side as an animated project on HBO Max, and that's not an issue. And I also think animated is the perfect way to go as well. I think, a live action kind of continuation would be a bit high in the sky, I think, especially budget wise, and obviously with the actors being a bit older now. Whereas I think a animated continuation is just perfect. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen, to be honest. I'm pretty certain this will happen. It might not be for another handful of years. But there's clearly the cogs are turning, something's happening. And at some point in time, I think we will get that announcement from James Gunn that Smallville is coming back. And I would love to see that.
That would be insane the day that happens. And I feel like, what I love about this response from Michael is it feels like he's actually got ground to stand on. Like you said, it's not just a random comment we've had discussions. Yeah, we've talked about it before. It's actually, he's telling you, Andy, he's telling you, we have this great idea. We got everyone backing us up. The cast is ready to come back. We just need to wait for the right time. And now's not the right time because of what's happening at Warner Brothers.
And also, just take into account because Craig actually, because I was talking about a few nights ago, and he made a good point that they're busy with Wednesday season 2, and the new they're involved with the new Beetlejuice movies. So they're obviously staying busy. So I would want to make sure that they come back for this. And also, this makes way more sense to do as because going back to what Declan was saying about Elseworlds, I really feel like this would make way more sense to do than the J.J. Abrams Superman movie they're trying to do right now with this other take on Superman or whatever. Like Smallville, we know that's gonna be a an instant financial hit. Even if how people feel about it creatively, that remains to be seen. But people would tune in for Smallville. And the one thing I kind of wish though is because you guys in the UK, where does Smallville stream for you guys in?
I can actually check.
I don't believe we have Smallville currently. I could be wrong.
On ITV.
Really?
And Prime.
Fair enough.
Season 1. But you have to pay for it on Prime.
And you guys don't have...
Oh, no, it's for free if you got Prime, Yeah, it's on Amazon. So, we have
that's such a weird... Because so you guys don't have HBO Max or Max at all?
No. So they either sell their products to Netflix, to Amazon, but normally to Sky. That's how they normally do it here.
Sky, that was a channel I remember at least.
Yeah, that's where Superman, all the Arrowverse shows used to be on Sky, but then Superman and Lois is on BBC because they bought the rights to it. So,
but the problem is that with Sky it's like a premium network, so you have to pay. It's not just like a Freeview channel; you have to pay extra for it.
Most people have different types of Sky. So for instance, I have Sky Sports. I don't have Sky Entertainment, because it's extra expensive. So it's just Sky's not very accessible for people here because it's really expensive. So that's how we normally get it. But obviously in this case, if you have Amazon Prime here, we can watch Smallville. So people can still watch Smallville in the UK, which is a good thing for us. Obviously in America, probably on HBO Max, right?
No, it's on Hulu actually. I don't know, maybe Craig can answer this too, but at some point that deal must expire, right? And hopefully, because I feel it would just make sense to have Smallville on Max, especially, like, because I know they just announced this week they're going to be rebranding HBO Max into Max in other countries in Europe. So if I would, yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like by the time they do a Smallville animated show, I think they would. Oh yeah, if you could bring up what Craig just said there, like,
this one.
No, the one at the bottom. Well, the one that at the top is also makes sense, but like the one of like it could expire one day, but Warner Bros makes a lot of money from it being on Hulu.
Yeah, that's true. But his first comment was, I think there are also WB conflicts with doing it right now, which is true, because even if they just did it as an animated movie, just like there are also shows going right now like Superman Lois, like My Adventures with Superman, and obviously they're doing the Superman film, so there's so much Superman content. So I guess if they were to bring Smallville back, it would just make sense if they were to wait, like, I don't know, say 5 years. I know that sounds extreme, but animation takes a long time. And but also at that point, you wouldn't have like this huge influx of Superman projects, I feel, because Superman would have been out by then. And then, maybe Superman appears in different DCU projects, but it's not going to be like Superman Lois, Superman, My Adventures with Superman, and Smallville. So yeah, maybe it's best to wait. Yeah, do we have anything else to say on this? I feel like it's a project that sounds very feasible. It sounds like we will actually get this. Do you guys agree?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's pretty.
It's just a matter of time, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's just it'd be so easy to pick up and go, especially because, as Michael said, like all the cast are on board.
They're all ready. Yeah.
So it just it'd be James Gunn saying the word, and it would happen.
Yeah. No, literally.
Although I'd love to see their animation, like what animation style they would pick, because, there's just so much. There's so many angles you could take that. I kind of would like it, if we had like My Adventures with Superman, like for example, like in the summer, and then maybe the Smallville show like in like like late fall, and and so on. So that way we don't have to get all Superman content all at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm crossing my fingers, and James Gunn, if you're watching, start talking to Michael and the others and like put a deal in place.
Start talking now. Come on, guys. Yeah. I'm sure they talk because they're friends, but
they must have talked about this.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to move on to our next topic. Like I said, we have a lot of big topics to talk about in today's live stream. So please be sure to stick around throughout the live stream, because I'm sure there's going to be some other topics that interest you. And send in any other super chats if you want to be answered. We'll be sure to answer them straight away, even if it's off topic. It's fine, guys. But yeah, keep going in the chat. We got a good amount of people commenting. Let's talk Teen Titans, because in the last week that was confirmed. Teen Titans is a go at the DC Studios with a new live action movie in the works from Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow writer Anna Nogueira. What was your thoughts on this? Because I feel like for me, this came as a surprise. Like, I think we previously discussed like what projects would we like to see in the DCU. I'm definitely certain I said Teen Titans. I think we all probably want Teen Titans. So this came out of nowhere for me. So what did you guys feel like? What was like your first response?
I was so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love the Titans. I was, as you mentioned, I think we all said we wanted a Titans project in the DCU. Yeah. I think I'm really looking forward to it, because I want to see exactly what team lineup they go for. I think it also shows a lot of confidence in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Obviously, that movie's fully written at this point. And if they're already giving Anna Nogueira like a new project in the DCU, that says quite a lot. So I think clearly she's doing well. But yeah, the only thing I do worry about is this DC universe, like, I'm guessing this tells us that it's going to be a bit more established, because it depends what lineup we get, but obviously traditionally the line of the Titans is made up of sidekicks characters. Yeah, so it's which characters are we going to get? I mean, my guess is that perhaps this is going to come out after Batman Brave and the Bold.
I think so.
And then Damian from that will lead the Titans.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. And then I guess throughout the DCU by that point, we would have been introduced to a few different sidekick characters in different projects along the line. That's my guess anyway. But
And then
I'm very excited.
Some new characters like Raven and Starfire, maybe.
Yeah.
Who don't have
but
like,
I'm just,
people who are like, Superman to Superboy or the Flash to Kid Flash,
Yeah. I'm just interested to see who they actually get in this lineup and how they relate to the slate as we know it so far.
Yeah, let's chat about that in a minute. Andy, what's your thoughts when you saw this? What was it?
It was kind of like I was both surprised but also not, because I know there had been like I think like right after the holidays, like a rumor had emerged online that there was a Teen Titans movie in the works. But with these scoopers, you never know like what is true or what they're making up. So for me, but I was excited because one, like you said, if she's already getting hired now to do another script after Woman Tomorrow, that is that's awesome. So I'm excited to see what she's going to bring to that. And like when it comes to the lineup, I think that it will be like a mixture. Like I think like in this world, I think like someone like Nightwing and Starfire are probably they're going to be like young adults, and I think that it's either going to be like Damian Wayne or maybe Tim Drake's Robin who will lead this Teen Titans, while you have like Raven and Beast Boy still be younger members. This could also be a way for them to have Wally West, for example, because I know there's been a lot of talks about like who is going to be the Flash in this universe. Like now you can have Barry can still be with the Justice League. You can have Wally with Teen Titans and so on, and then eventually he can transition into being the Flash, So I think this is great. I think I'm excited there is a team movie happening.
Me too.
As someone who loved I love the original Teen Titans show, the live action Titans show and so on. Like I'm excited to finally get to do on the big screen. I will say when when I saw this title, because I'm sure they did this on purpose. When like my mind only got stuck at Teen Titans Go live action movie, and I'm like, no, and I'm like, oh thank God, but I'm like,
it's a pun, Andy, it's a pun.
No, I know, but I panic.
And his brain just like,
I was kind of like, why are they doing Teen Titans Go as live action? But then I'm like, no,
you're like, it's an Elseworlds project. Oh,
yeah, but I'm like, you idiot. There's like 4 other words that you're missing, Andy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, like, first I got a panic attack. Then I was like, okay, oh fuck, this is good, and I started writing about it. But yeah, I'm really curious to see who. I'm also really who they will get to direct. Because I like directors who are good with ensembles. So I hope that. I wonder who James will like hire. I also agree with what Craig is saying, is that even though he's not a teen, but I think this is where we should see Blue Beetle again. Because Teen Titans is also very much like about young adults anyway. So if I'm sure I don't see why Jaime couldn't be part of it. And also because I know that and I'm sure Ben will do a clickbait video after this right away. But Supergirl was actually part of Teen Titans at one point in the comics.
She was.
So wait for that thumbnail with Melissa Benoist standing in front of a bunch of Teen Titans characters. It's coming.
For me, the most exciting thing about this is just like the idea we could get Wally West in it. That's the most exciting thing for me. I just want to see, like, I really hope Wally West in this. I just feel like the Flash needs redemption after the film. Like, I don't know. It's just like, oh, everyone looks at the Flash. They're like, oh, I enjoyed the Flash, but it was just like, it was a bit of a mess and it flopped. So I really, really would love to see Wally in this film and to set up, a new Flash for this new universe that they're building. But yeah, in terms of who's going to show up in it, I feel like surely you got to have a Robin. Like you said, it's probably Damian if they do Batman the Brave and the Bold before this. And then, I mean, in my opinion, you can't do Titans without Raven. Like, she's just iconic now to do with that. And also Starfire. So I feel like it's going to be like Raven, Starfire, a Robin, a Flash.
I don't think Starfire will be part of it.
So? Yeah, Starfire is a bit less important than Raven, maybe.
But it depends on, because I know there were those animated Teen Titans movies a couple of years ago where like Nightwing and Starfire were like they were adults, but they were still part of the Teen Titans, leading us. Maybe that they could work it like that.
And also, how teenagery are we going? Are we going young teenagers, or are we going more grown up, like, I don't know, late, 17, 18-year-olds? That's the question.
I mean, if you cast like 13-year-olds, you're gonna have to film that trilogy in like one
really
year.
quick.
They're
Yeah.
gonna fucking grow up, like, like, I mean, like, I saw some pictures from like Stranger Things season 5. I'm kind of like, these are
They're the same
teenagers.
people.
I'm like, yeah, like, I was kind of like, yeah. I mean, I don't watch that show, but like, I was kind of like, damn, they grew up quickly, and it's like. I know Percy Jackson, like, there was some, like, when it got picked up for season 2, people were like, "Oh, Percy is gonna look, probably look and sound very different in a year from now." So yeah, like, but there's a lot of cool combinations they can do here. I definitely, I also would love to see, like, people like Beast Boy and Cyborg, and maybe finally this week we can see Roy Harper in live action on the big screen. So yeah,
I think. Wait, do you think they're going to do Cyborg? I think Cyborg should be included.
I think they will. I think they will, because it will be a way for them to do it differently from we had Ray Fisher play Cyborg in the Justice League. We had Ubian Wade on Doom Patrols, and this will be a chance. Like if we're going to reboot some of these characters, now we could take an opportunity to do it differently
and introduce as many characters as possible, because then they can use those characters in different ways in the future. So I feel like everything is just really exciting about this. Just, as us as DC fans who love Teen Titans, who love Titans, just seeing a live action movie happening, not just, a TV show. Yeah, Teen Titans Go had an animated film come out. I remember when that came out, I went to the cinema and watched it. That was fun and had some iconic moments, but yeah, super excited to see a live action version. Any final comments on Teen Titans coming to the DCU? Also, like you said, Supergirl writer being hired here. That's very good news for Supergirl fans. Just because
the only thing I was looking at is I've just pulled up the slate of like everything that's been announced for the DCU so far, and I was looking through to see like, if there's any characters that may or may not be introduced in these films that could come over. And
yeah,
to be fair, there's not many. I think the lineup, like, just thinking ahead, I think it will be Damian leading the team. I think that will be a natural kind of springboard off of Brave and the Bold, where it can kind of be almost be pitched to the audience as almost like a Robin spin-off if he's liked. And then
there's a key word, if he's liked.
Yeah,
I do not like ignore him and do Dick Grayson.
No, Tim Drake is the best Robin.
I agree with that. Tim Drake is the best Robin, but I think that Damian is probably the number one choice to lead. And then, but obviously in Brave and the Bold, they're probably going to introduce the Bat family as a whole. So they have got options. Like if they want to use Tim, or even if they want to go back and use Dick, they can use like whoever they want. But then I also think they will use the Titans film to introduce like the core characters, which in my opinion are characters like Raven, Starfire, and Beast Boy. And then we may get like a couple of other characters. Like I agree with Craig. I think this is where we're going to see Jola Maraduena as Blue Beetle again, because I don't think like he's going to get his own solo project. I can't see anything else coming up in which he's going to appear. Because even like, but even Booster Gold, like that's more like he's more the Ted Kord Blue Beetle, not the Jaime Reyes version. So I mean, there is still a potential he could show up in Booster Gold, and maybe that will be part of the story. But I feel like the version of Jaime Reyes that we got, like I said, the Jola Maraduena version, I feel like he fits more on like a younger team. So yeah, I think that's what we're looking at here probably. Because when I look at like all the other projects coming out, there aren't really many that would indicate like a sidekick character who they could use. Like Lanterns isn't really going to have anything. Paradise Lost I don't even think that's going to have Wonder Woman, let alone like Donna Troy. So yeah, I think it's going to be like those sort of 6 characters primarily, those 5 to 6 characters primarily.
Yeah, I agree. All right. I think that's it for Teen Titans. Let's move on to talk about our next main topic, we're going to jump over to Superman and Lois because we got a big casting once again. To be honest, this came as a surprise as well. I don't know about you, Andy, if you had any tips on this. But Superman and Lois adds Douglas Smith as Jimmy Olsen in the 4th and final season of the show. I mean, were you expecting this? Like, I wasn't expecting it. I just kind of given up on the idea of them having Jimmy Olsen on the show. Let us know. What do you guys think in the chat? Are you excited about them bringing Jimmy to the show? Do you think it's about time? Do you like the casting? Let us know your thoughts. Andy, thoughts? Is it too late?
Well, no, I'm gonna say no. Wait, let me do the one complaint that people have not been doing that, but they have done it in other certain cases. He's not ginger. They're erasing ginger Jimmy Olsen. I cannot believe they're doing that. That's so fucking insulting. Where were those people? Where were those people anytime when Black Jimmy Olsen happened? They were there, but they just didn't want to show up for this.
Yeah.
So like, color me interested.
Yeah.
I don't.
Very true.
When I saw it, I'm like, okay, where are you getting the money from? I'm like, didn't you just have to cut a bunch of cast members? Because
now you're introducing 2 recurring characters in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I'm like, it's probably what Craig is saying. He's probably he might be in a flashback episode or something. I'm still kind of wondering if they actually are relocating to Metropolis because there was Tyler and Bit City had posted an image from them at the office. So again, I don't know. It feels like
it's flashbacks.
Oh, it is flashback. Okay, I hadn't seen this tweet. Yeah,
so. That was our next topic. But anyway, yeah, it's flashback.
So maybe it's just for a 1 episode thing. And the thing is, the flashback episode in season 1 was the best episode of the season. So I am looking forward to it. Otherwise, I don't know how they're gonna. I'm sure we're gonna probably see Jimmy somewhere in the present time, but for me, I'm kind of like, did we need it? Again, this is what's the problem for me when it comes to Superman Lois season 4. I don't know what I want from this season because I'm like, you could have ended the show, after he should have defeated Doomsday. That should have been it. I don't know if this is gonna be the show that we all came to love, before all these changes and stuff like that. So I trust my buddy David Rapport, who's the casting director for all these shows. So if he thinks he's a good Jimmy Olsen, I support it. But I don't know, I wasn't expecting it, but also I wasn't kind of like, oh my god, I need this to happen in the final season. I will die if I don't see Jimmy Olsen and Superman Lois. So but if people are happy, that's cool. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah. Deck. Thoughts?
I mean, I feel the same as Andy, I guess, where I was just a bit confused because, again, where's the budget? All these cast members who've been a part of the show for the past 3 seasons have been cut and reduced to minimal screen time, and then we're getting more characters introduced. And again, I feel like for the final season, introducing Jimmy now feels a little bit redundant and pointless. I get obviously he's a big character and he's a huge part of the Superman pantheon, but I don't know. It feels almost too little, too late at this point. Maybe, unless, like you say. So in the tweets from Bitsy Tulloch, is there going to be a flashback episode this season?
Yeah, she's confirmed that. We all know you love the episodes with flashbacks, so writers delivered.
Yeah, so unless it's a part of that, I guess that would make sense.
I think that's what's happening.
Is he recurring? Is that what they said?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me scan through this, and also his description is interesting. But also he's the brother of Gregory Smith, who just directed 8 episodes.
Wait a minute, are we supposed to complain that that James Gunn keeps hiring his brother all the time? So shouldn't we be complaining about this? So much hypocrisy in the DC fandom.
I don't think it confirms he's recurring anywhere.
Okay, so it might be. So he might just be a guest star then. In which case, if it is just for that 1 episode, I guess that makes sense.
That's more forgivable.
But I mean, cool that he's getting to be a part of the show for the last season. I guess, like I say, he is a very integral character. I do miss our boy McCard Brooks.
Yeah, me too.
I actually really liked his interpretation of Jimmy Olsen.
Me too. He was
But
so
obviously,
great.
as we've established many times, this is not the Arrowverse anymore. So yeah, it was never going to be Picard coming back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, seems cool.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel similar to you, Andy. I feel like I was thinking about Jimmy like in the early seasons, but at this point I'd like given up hope, and like I don't need to see Jimmy Olsen. And considering this could just be in that flashback episode that Bitsy has confirmed, I'm okay with it. And to do with the casting, like I don't care. Like it's just he is who he is, and I don't really know the actor, but I'm sure he's good. But yeah, I do miss Picard, so I'm always like, oh, I wish it was him. But we know it's not the Arrowverse; it's Superman, Lois. They're gonna cast who they're gonna
Let's
cast.
call it Arrowverse adjacent. Like
Arrowverse adjacent. I know it is the Arrowverse to me, but they say, you know,
they never said that it
not
was
Earth
not
Prime.
Arrowverse. It was
They
just
said,
like,
I guess they said it's not Earth Prime, right? That's what they said. So, and don't you feel like he looks like a clone of the one that they cast for Superman, the movie? Like he looks just kind of similar. Like I know the other guy.
I mean, no offense to either. No offense to
they're just
the white
actors. Like
white people usually look the same. So like
yeah,
you know.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I have no opinion on the casting. Like it's just like, oh, it's just another guy, like another white guy. So there's nothing special is what I'm saying. What'd you say, Dex? Sorry.
I've not seen anything that he's been in. Like he's been in like quite a few big shows. Like particularly he's in like Big Little Lies, I think, and a couple of other things. But I've
been on a lot of HBO shows actually from his resume.
Brand synergy.
Maybe his brother directed lots. Nepotism. Okay. Yeah. So I don't really have like too many more opinions, but that's another piece of big Superman Lois news. And yeah, we're going to get that flashback episode as well. So I don't know. I guess that flashback episode is going to be episode 5 or 6. I believe it's episode 5 because they've clearly been filming it for a while. And we know that they've got like 5 weeks left. Tyler has confirmed that. I don't know how they're going to fit in like 4 episodes in 5 weeks, but sure. We'll see. Craig says he thinks it's 6. Yeah, it could be 6. I just don't know what point they're at, 5 or 6 right now. But yeah, I guess 6 could be the latest one. Possibly 7. Yeah, I mean, if you think about the timeline, could be 7 as well. Who knows at this point? I wanted to ask you guys, don't you find it still weird that we've not seen Tyler in the Superman suit in public? Like, I know that there's budget cuts and they're probably barely filming in like downtown Vancouver, but like we've not even seen like a glimpse of him in the suit. Is he even going to wear the suit this season, guys? Like seriously, it's starting to annoy me.
What if the whole back half of the season, first half of the season are just flashbacks because Clark dies at the beginning of the season because Doomsday is around. I don't know. Again, I'm not hinting anything. I'm just thinking like if I were them, I would. This would be a good jump. But again, the kids have been around on set, so obviously it's not just flashbacks.
Yeah, but could they be doing an arrow and cutting between present day and the past?
Oh, please no. No, that took 5 years and it led to just like my utter disappointment. I'm like, he wore a wig this entire time. Like that's like I can never forgive Arrow for that. I'm like, you're telling me that someone was just thinking, I'm gonna have this like spare wig and beard for him, so that when he gets back to the island, he's just gonna put it on. Like I love just in case some white boy from Star City needs a beard and a big wig, I have him. I'm good. I got him. I'm like.
I was literally thinking about that the other day, funnily enough. Like I was driving home from work and I was thinking about that and I was like, that was so fucking dumb.
Yeah. Well, it is.
I know, Craig. You did ask him about it. And Steven said, don't you worry about that, Craig. And then we should have worried the entire time.
That's so funny. Anyway,
no inter between flashbacks. Like either way, I want full flashback episodes or no flashbacks at all.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a full episode. Maybe the ending is going to be in the present, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to our next topic.
You
Like
must
I said,
subscribe to the official Max YouTube channel. Wow.
wow,
Wow,
yeah, it's
Ben. What a
Mac's
fucking
YouTube channel is available in England as well. Just saying.
that's insane, you guys. You do not get the channel, but they're like, you will have access to the YouTube
You
channel.
can see the trailer, guys.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
You can see
but
the
you
trailer,
can't
but you
watch
can't
it
have.
straight away. But yeah, so let's move on to talk about the Penguin. They just released a new teaser trailer. Might make a video on it in the next couple of days, but yeah, it's an interesting trailer. If you guys in the chat haven't watched it, go ahead, watch it now, and we'll obviously start talking about it. This is a show that's coming this fall. They refused to tell us when it's coming out. We just talked about that before the stream. I think Andy's a bit annoyed by that. But yeah, the Penguin, it looks great. Watched the trailer before the stream. Actually, like the trailer, just the dialogue, it sounds really good. It sounds really interesting. I love the way that Colin Farrell is kind of talking throughout this whole trailer. Like you can see it's just this like one continuous scene they keep on going back to, telling this story. Get some like really nice cutaways. Like it looks like a really well shot show, just like the Batman was. A great film. Obviously shot by Greg Fraser, who just did June 2. So yeah, looking forward to the Penguin. Let us know in the chat, what are you excited for in the Penguin? Like, is it the Penguin? Like, do you expect Robert to show up in an episode? Do you what's your expectations? What are you thinking about it? But yeah, send in any super chats as well if you want to support the channel and obviously get your question answered by us straight away on the stream. But let's go straight to Declan with this one, because you watched the trailer just before we started as well. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, I was actually really considerably impressed by the trailer. Obviously, I thought it was gonna be good. I thought it was gonna look good, but what impressed me about it is like how cinematic it was. There was a lot, like it literally looks like this is a direct kind of continuation from the Batman.
Yeah, literally.
It looks and feels exactly the same. Like, if you showed me this and just was like, oh, Matt Reeves directed this and Greg Fraser shot it, I believe you.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely spot on. Colin Farrell hasn't missed a beat in the past couple of years. It just looks really good. And I love how, despite the fact this is taking place in the same universe as the Batman, and obviously like a comic booky kind of world, obviously, I love that this is really a grounded, serious gangster show. It just shows how kind of broad the comic book genre can be sometimes. And I just love how serious it's taking itself. And what I really liked about it was the kind of dialogue in the trailer, not the spoken dialogue, but the I don't know what you call it, but like the flashcards that come up throughout. Really establish this as the next chapter in the Batman universe. This isn't just like a spin-off TV show. This isn't, just like a little bit on the side. This is
actually a continuation from Matt Reeves, from the creators of the Batman.
Like this is a stepping stone to the next part.
It's like the Batman 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah. 1.5, yeah.
Yeah, and I like that, especially because when you get to like the ending of the Batman, and obviously Gotham gets completely flooded. The main character that it really focuses on at the end
is him,
and kind of is Oz. So it made sense. So I was really impressed. It looks really good, really strong. I'm excited.
Andy, thoughts on the Penguin?
Listen, I was blown away by what Colin did in the Batman. That again, I still have to remind myself that that's him. Like I'm like, you have this shot. I'm like, who did they win Best Oscar Academy Award for like makeup or whatever and so on for this? Because this is insane to me. Like, because again, I can believe this is an elderly looking man, even a little pudgy, whatever and so on. But like, I cannot believe this is Colin Farrell whatsoever. So yeah, I'm hoping that they get recognition for that. But yeah, I love going back to this Gotham City. I don't know if there was if they went back to Glasgow to film it, or I don't know where they filmed.
Probably not. I don't think.
But no, but it looks. I love it, and again, it's nice to get something different from these. Someone who loved the original Gotham TV show, I love the fact that, we can still see the point of view from a Batman villain, but also differently. It is very. I'm seeing people in the chat talking about it. It feels very much like The Sopranos, which I can totally see that. I'm kind of hoping this will actually air on HBO on Sundays, and then be put on Max, because I think. This would be, and I like the fact that, like Declan would say, that this is the next chapter in the Batman saga. It's like, whoever decided to put that in there, good on you for marketing wise, because I think it's it's properly time that we look at it, that we do market as like, hey, these things are important. If you're following this franchise, I think that's
watch the show. Yeah,
I think that's why even some of the Marvel shows sometimes hasn't maybe done as well, because I don't think people realize that some of them, not all of them, but some of them are important for what's coming next. So I'm excited. Seeing Clancy Brown, he's the GOAT. So he's gonna be Salvatore Maroni. So that will be fun to see. I'm interested to see what. It's so funny because when I see Sophia Falcone, I just keep thinking of her as the mother from How I Met Your Mother, and I'm like, oh, he's playing like a gangster's daughter now. I'm really fast. I'm really excited because people watch Gotham. Sophia was a very dark character, so I'm wondering what they will do. And also, there's a cool Easter egg, when he's talking about this gangster that he grew up with, Rex something. That's Selena Kyle's biological father in the comics. So
not in the Batman.
I mean, unless she. I mean, I don't. Do we know that Carmine Falcone can actually tell the truth?
Who knows?
I mean, he's a criminal. Criminals usually do lie. But no, this looks good, and I hope that maybe they will be at San Diego Comic-Con this year, and we will have a date soon. It seems like we're gonna get a lot of things in the fall. Creature Commandos, the Penguin, Superman and Lois, Joker 2. I feel like. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for we have a little bit of Marvel right now. They're in the spring and summer, and then in the fall, it's all about DC. When the leaf starts falling, DC rises up. So there you go. That was cheesy as fuck, but you get the metaphor.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Penguin. I do love how they've marketed it. Next.
Look at little G, like with the little umbrella in the middle, like right at the G.
Yeah. No, that's great. Like, I love the logo. It's obviously very similar to the Batman, just making it unique to the Penguin though. I love that they've gone for like the same design, and you can clearly tell it's a Batman project. It's like the next
with the red
thing.
There's a great shot in the trailer as well, which I know people have posted online already, but it's like a parallel of the
Ben, you were
shot in the Batman. Yeah, I think you just went past it there. It's there's a shot where in the Batman film of Bruce Wayne coming into the Iceberg Lounge, and they replicate it in this trailer with Cobblepot. So that was a really cool little parallel.
Oh my! Okay, I will tell you when to stop. Okay, and click on that time. Okay, Jesus Christ, keep going. This is great for our viewers.
This is fantastic content.
Keep going. Stop.
There it is.
Oh yeah, because that's like when Robert Pattinson's Batman walked in.
That's exactly what Declan just said, though.
Yeah, I just realized it didn't click, guys.
I didn't listening to your guest.
No, I was listening, but I just forgot which show.
You clearly were not listening. Declan, I was listening to you, and again, I like that. Just that. Like, because as someone who's grown up with a mother who like always like redesigns all of our walls and stuff like that, like this is a nice motif to see again. So
it's cool. Also,
just give us a premiere date.
I know you mentioned as well, like obviously Clancy Brown is in this. I feel like Clancy Brown's in everything these days. I've seen him so much recently. He's in like everything.
I didn't know I forgot he was in Daredevil season 2. Because I've been binge watching all the Netflix shows again, and I get to season 2. I'm like, that sounds like Clancy Brown. I look up, I'm like, holy shit, it is Clancy Brown. I'm like, what is he not in? And of course, he's always playing like some sort of obnoxious military figure. And I'm just like,
yeah, always.
Guys, he was Lex Luthor. Come on, we can do more things with him.
No, literally. But yeah, looking forward to the Penguin. Let us know, what do you think about this? Are you excited to see the show later this year? guess it's coming out probably October time. Normally that's what the fall is, but like we said, there's going to be a lot of DC projects coming out around then, so we'll see how they kind of schedule everything.
Whatever they do, please do not put it on the same day and the same month as Zoom and Lois and Penguin, because I do not have the bandwidth to do that.
No, do it, you know, one after the other. That would be great. Thanks.
There are 7 days in the week. We can explore other days.
Yeah, but you know how DC is, you know,
It's not just
or like the CW.
problem.
Remember when they put like the Flash and Supergirl or on the same night, or like the Flash Legends? Like, oh, it was too much. Like, guys, you have 7 days of the week. Like, spread it out, please. Anyway, let's move on to talk about our next topic. Sorry, this is to do with Tom Cavanagh. Obviously, you guys saw the comments. Nothing too serious, but basically, Tom was at this Comic-Con event and he just talked about the Reverse Flash. Someone asked him, "Would you want to return as Reverse Flash in the DCU if James Gunn asked you?" And if you've watched the video, it's very funny. I made a video on it yesterday. You guys can check that out. And I just like the way that James responded. What did you guys make of this? Obviously, Tom's not being serious here. I feel like he would come back if he was asked, but it's not likely to happen. So let us know.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit sick and tired of this at this point. Like, every Arrowverse cast member being asked, like, "Oh, would you like to come back?" And then they're like, "Yeah," and then James Gunn's like, "Yeah, we'll see." Yeah. Like, it's always the same bloody response. Like, in reality, what all of us fans need to realize is these Arrowverse actors, they're not going to come back for their roles, not in a major way, at least. They may come back in the universe.
For a long time.
Yeah, not for a long time. They may come back in the universe and they may play another character or whatever. But like, stop asking this question because you're always going to get the same response. Like, honestly, I find it boring. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's very shallow. That's why the Smallville thing was so nice, right?
Yeah, because exactly that's what I was talking about. Because all this is like this response from Tom Cavanagh, and it's been the same from the responses of all the other actors. Is basically them say someone saying to them, "Hey, do you want a job?" And they're going, "Yeah, I'd like a job.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd like some money. Yeah," and fair. Like, that's a great response. But it just annoys me. It's like, yeah, we all want them to come back. We love them, but they also have moved on as well. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just finding it a bit annoying and a bit redundant at this point.
No, fair enough. Andy?
Cool. Actors like to get hired. I get it.
Exactly.
No. Cynicism aside, like, listen, like, I get it. It's barely been a year since we said goodbye to the shows. I get, like, normal fans. They're not gonna think like journalists or critics or content creators. They're gonna ask things that they think, they want to ask what they want to ask. So listen, like, if I think Tom Cavanagh is a talented actor, he could come back, as a new character that could be fun. But yeah, like, people, like, the fact that people like always act so surprised that some of these actors want to come back, like if someone came back, let's say that if someone came to him and said, "Hey, would you do a whole rewatch podcast of The Flash with Grant Gustin? Like, would you go through all 9 seasons?" I'm like, the fuck yeah, I would. Of course I would. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? So for me, I'm happy that people are, they get excited for these things. But it's like, yeah, if they ever come back, like, it's either gonna be as new characters or they will play, their original characters, but like through a multiverse project. Where, again, because that's the beautiful thing, that at some point, once the DC universe has gotten established and set up, and it's running smoothly, I think that it could be fun to see, like, Brennan Rao, Tom Welling, and Tyler Hoechlin, and Henry Cavill maybe like somehow cross over and meet David Corns with Superman, and Grant Gustin's Flash can come in and meet whoever the fuck ends up playing the Flash, etc. Like, maybe there are ways, but I just think that right now, like, we need to just accept that these universes are done for now. So again, it's like, yeah, like, what is it? They're at a convention. Like, what are they gonna say to their fans when they ask it? Like, no, I don't want to work with James Gunn.
Like, screw James Gunn.
Like, they're, it's like, what? Yeah, it's like, it's what would you expect them to say? So, but I love that Tom Cavanagh and like, even though they haven't talked like directly, I know James Gunn reacted to it, and he said that, like, he was amused by the video and stuff like that. So that was, never say never. Who knows?
Yeah. Declan, any other thoughts? Or
No, I mean, like I said, I like Tom's answer. Like, I like how kind of comedic it was. Like, Tom Cavanaugh's a really funny guy. So I liked his response. But yeah, as I said earlier, just I'm finding all these questions just very boring and redundant at this point.
It's very repetitive. We've had
yeah.
it so many times. I mean, it's nice as fans. Like, obviously, we'd love to see them back, as you said before. But by now, you know, there's no substance, and it's really just, you know, hearsay. It's like, okay, sure, well, we'll see in the future.
Yeah.
I agree with Craig talking about the Flash movie. Lots of missed opportunities. No John Wesley Shipp and Grant. Yeah, total missed opportunity.
Yeah, let's put in the Flash movie editor as Jay Garrick, because that's gonna get people so excited. Craig, you need to stop doing that. Stop bringing up her name in 2024. We don't want to hear about her anymore. You know,
we want Cecile, guys. Like, Cecile has to be in Teen Titans training Wally West. That's what we want. That's what we want, guys. You know, Wally's mentor isn't actually the Flash. It isn't actually Barry Allen or Jay Garrick. It's actually Cecile. That's what we want. Come on. Deliver, James Gunn. Deliver, please.
this is my reaction to it too.
Oh, okay. What? Hi, Wednesday. Welcome to the live stream, Maya. Nice
By
to see you.
By the way, I am so in favor of Jenna Ortega as Raven. By the way, I am so here for it.
She would be a good Raven, yeah. Like, I see that. I think.
Declan, what do you think?
I feel like it's very like, yeah, I think she'd be good. It'd be very stereotypical casting, I guess. Like, she's kind of getting known for playing sort of
hippie
teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers.
So like, I guess the performance, I imagine, would be kind of similar to Wednesday, I guess. But yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. Okay, let's move on to talk about our next topic. We got two final topics to talk about. Let's go to Dead Boy Detectives. We got a release date for that coming out on Netflix. Obviously, it's produced by Greg Berlanti. It's a DC show, but it's not, mainline DC.
Because Greg Berlanti is producing it.
Allow it, Andy.
You know there are some out who would ask that.
Yeah, the series is coming out on April 25th. How are we feeling about Dead Boy Detectives, guys? Any thoughts? Are you going to watch the show?
I'll be honest, I didn't know this was DC. I've not seen anything about this, so I'll sit this one out.
Okay.
I have no idea what this is.
Andy?
No, I'm excited. I have some friends who work on it, so I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with this. I don't know much about the Sandman universe. That's actually a better question for Craig. But I'm glad that they moved over to Netflix and they can now be in the same universe. And
is this set in the same universe as the Sandman?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, didn't the two characters, the detectives, show up in Doom Patrol once?
I promise you, this is not a Doom Patrol spinoff.
No, I know it's not a Doom Patrol spin-off, Andy. I know it's the Sandman, but those characters appeared before, so you might get some Doom Patrol viewers coming along, which is interesting. But yeah, obviously,
honestly, I think most Doom Patrol viewers, I think they actually forgot that they were even on the show because I even forgot they were on the show. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, if you look,
I like the Sandman, so.
That's such I like when the fuck are we getting the next batch of episodes? I know they've been filming, but like also for people wondering, like
they had if
you read the synopsis right there, including escaping evil witches, hell, and death herself. Now we have seen death on the Sandman, so
so it could be the same actors from the Sandman. That would make sense.
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll see how linked in it is actually. But yeah, looking forward to seeing the show. Obviously, it's not like typical mainline DC, but it is the Sandman. If you guys like the Sandman season 1 and are looking forward to the Sandman season 2, definitely check out Dead Boy Detectives when it comes out on Netflix, April 25th. Let's move on to our final main topic of today's live stream. This is to do with the CW and Nexstar, but we got to throw it in, guys, because we've been dunking on the CW for such a long time. We've been dunking on Nexstar, and they've got fucked. I don't know if this seems like a big deal because they vow to fight the ruling vigorously. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but Nexstar has been fined 1.2 million. Is this a cause for celebration? Is this? I don't know. What's your thought?
Was a thing. Wait, this happened yesterday. Wow, I cannot believe I missed it. Wow, that's.
Come on, Andy. I thought you were the most up-to-date guy.
I graduated from the CW. Like I'm basically done with it. I'm only watching Superman Lois because of my friend Wally Park. That's it. I don't really care otherwise about the CW. But this is, oh my god, like this now they're gonna lose.
Dead. The CW is gonna. Nexstar have screwed the CW. Don't you think it's rich? It's funny, like. I mean, I don't wish.
So why are they being fined? Why are they being fined?
Let's read it. So, in a ruling issued Thursday, the regulatory agency ordered Mission Broadcasting, Nexstar's partner, to sell the station. Failing that, Nexstar could put the station under its umbrella, then shed other stations. They're talking about TV stations here, and in its portfolio in order to remain under the ownership cap. The FCC, I don't know what that stands for.
The Federal Communications Commission. It says right up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they fined the company 1.2 million. Nexstar responded by vowing to vigorously dispute the decision. So let's read a little bit more about this, and I guess it will explain it a bit. So this station in New York, it became a main affiliate of the CW in 2006. Nexstar now acquired the CW in 2022, as we all know. And so they've been, operating under, this WPIX, whatever it is. And so, yeah, such agreements, often described as sidecar deals, have come under scrutiny in recent years. So this is all to do with like local TV, like what shows what. It's very confusing. I don't understand how the American kind of like local networks work. Do you understand it, Andy?
No, I don't even understand how America works.
Yeah. Who knows how America works? Someone explain
but
it.
This is so fucking funny to me. Like they've been doing all these, layoffs and cancellations, and so on, and again, like they're now being fined with more debt, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, Andy's shocked.
Shook him to the core, as the kids say. But I'm like, okay, well, Craig is actually explaining it, right?
Okay, let's see what Craig is saying. Local TV stations are affiliates with different owners. Okay, so for example, here where I live, KTLA Channel 5 is our CW station, but that station is actually owned by Nexstar. But say WNUV, I don't know what these all stand for, but in Baltimore has the CW, but they're owned by a different company that licenses the programming. So it's like Nexstar doesn't own, say, every single station, right, that shows the CW. I feel like that's what he's saying. And so this is obviously a big deal. This one is a New York station, which is WPIX. It's a CW flagship, as they said. So yeah, it's to cut things short, like this is not good for the CW. 1.2 million is a lot, especially considering they're trying to get the CW profitable. They're trying to get out of debt, and right now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, and I don't know whether to laugh at them. I feel like that's okay, but also to feel kind of bad, but also I feel like they kind of screwed themselves from the start. Like, why did they pick this up, and why are they trying to completely redo an entire network? Like, have you ever understood their mission?
Nope.
Like, it's
they
like
have a mission.
180.
They have a mission.
Apparently. get the CW profitable. That's all they've been saying for the last
I'm waiting to see that happen.
But their strategies obviously haven't been working, and this is just the icing on the cake, I feel like. And so yeah,
they can't even afford a cake.
Yeah, I feel like the CW is just like it's gonna die in the next couple of years. Next year, can they even sell it? Like, I don't know. How
if
do
I
they
was
get out of
if
this?
I was Warner Brothers and Paramount right now, I would sell those remaining 25% of the net that they own to the network and just be done with them. Like,
Yeah,
it's time to just fucking move on. And
there's no point hanging on to the CW. Like, I mean, what good is there? I guess hang on until Superman Lois goes, until like Walker goes, and then just stop. Like, the network's dead after that. It's becoming like just a joke. But yeah, that's pretty much our last topic of today's live stream. Let's see what Craig is saying in the chat. Shout out to Craig for commenting along throughout the live stream. Very, very insightful. I think under Pedowitz they had a good business plan. Craig says it's a hot mess now. 1.2 million is double the annual budget for wildcards. Yeah. New York is a major market for the CW, so losing New York could really hurt the CW. Yet New York is big, so yeah, definitely not a good situation. And him making the deal he did with Netflix made the network profitable. We're talking about Mark Pedowitz here, the old head of the CW during the Arrowverse tenure, like regime, I guess. For both CBS and WB, but when they went to HBO Max or Paramount, that bonus is gone. Yeah, we all know that because of the pandemic, everyone wanting to do their own streaming service, like after Disney Plus became a thing, and they basically pulled all their shows. They want it all to be on their streaming service. So like Warner Brothers, HBO Max obviously had like a bunch of their stuff. Like you saw DC Universe was a thing before. All the shows from there, like Titans, Doom Patrol, came over to Max, and yeah, they've lost out on a lot of profit by trying to keep things in-house with their own network streaming services. So yeah, in the past, selling to Netflix, like we were saying earlier, like selling to Hulu, was it Smallville that's on Hulu? Like at least they can make a bit of money from it. And I think we're starting to see more and more Warner Brothers going out selling some of their projects. Like we know there's a bunch of projects coming to Amazon Prime, some Netflix shows like Dead Boy Detectives. So, they're not keeping it all in-house, which I think is good for their business model. But I don't know, like Warner Brothers in a bad situation. Obviously, CW's in a shit situation. Thanks to Nexstar, it's even worse than it was before. So yeah, Craig says, look at how much more budget they had for Sandman going to Netflix. Yeah, I mean, if you just look at that show, it looks great. I mean, the one thing that goes against that is Superman Lois looks great, but that's obviously got a small budget.
That's because they had to take money from the other shows just to, that's why some of the other shows didn't look as great, because they're like, we have to put everything on Superman Lois. So, yeah, long live the CW. Don't fucking care anymore.
Fuck you, CW. We move on. DC Universe is coming. Gonna get Lantern's show. We're gonna get Booster Gold. Looking forward to it.
I'm excited for all of it.
It's very true, Craig. It's very true.
Craig, stop mentioning her. Can't
He's obsessed. He's like Gary
no.
being obsessed with like all his weird things.
Look what he posted now. Look what he posted now.
Grace thing is just Cecile.
CW stands for Cecile wins.
I really wonder what Superman Lois season 4 is going to look like on a budget. I really wonder. Do you guys think they're going to keep up to the standards?
No.
I feel they will because they've got the same people working on it.
Doesn't matter if you don't have the resources. If you don't have the resources, if you don't, it isn't like the Flash for the longest time until season 8. They had the same VFX people, but their budget kept getting smaller and smaller. So it doesn't matter if you have the same people. Like they're only gonna be able to produce with the resources that they have. So like they could have like same writers, same actors, same everything, but it doesn't matter if the money isn't there. There's only so much they can do.
Yeah. Do you think there's going to be similar deck or? going to see a big drop off? Or
I don't think. I think there will be a little bit of a drop off, but only in the sense of I think there'll be less big visual effects scenes. I don't think the movie's going to, or I don't think the show is going to look drastically worse necessarily. I just think there's going to be cutbacks on what they actually do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's going to look similar because they're probably got the same equipment, same people, but they're going to have to cut back on what they do, like you said, like less action scenes. Like we haven't even seen Tyler in the suit. That's just a big example. I feel Superman could be dead for a couple of episodes. Who knows? Probably gonna,
He lost his powers.
Yeah, loses powers or something after fighting Doomsday. Doomsday's probably going to be done straight away within the first 5 minutes. Probably barely any action scenes. But yeah, I think they'll find a way to go around it. I think it will look as good, but you might notice there is less action. There is less craziness happening, I guess, in this season. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this live stream, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate all you guys watching throughout this live stream. Obviously, we had a lot of topics to go through. We'll be making some new videos this week on some of these topics that are brand new that we haven't covered on the channel just yet. So please be sure to tune in, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything on my channel. But also shout out to Andy for joining us. You can check out Andy's links in the description below. There is links to not only his Twitter and stuff, but also to the Showrunner Whisperer, the new show. Andy, do you want to quickly tease a little bit about the interview that you just released to do with Legends of Tomorrow? So you guys are going to be interested, Andy.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Showrunnerwhisper.com. We premiered episode 1 this Wednesday. With the first guest I had on was Keto Shimizu, who was one of the showrunners for Legends of Tomorrow, and she shares on her journey about how she became a showrunner, how she made a transition from Arrow to Legends, and kind of there's a lot. We actually did talk a lot about the cancellation and kind of reflecting upon that, and what could have maybe happened in season 8. And she she's amazing. So I hope guys go check it out on. I don't know what's about the show. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's a tweet. Go follow it. Go follow on social media. Go on the
link in the chat, guys.
Yeah, go subscribe, like, do all of it. Oh shit, he is. Look what we have more news actually. Apparently, look what Craig just.
I saw that last week actually. Michael Cudlett's directing. There was like somewhere like on one of those like Vancouver.
Well, it's cool
where
to
they released who's directing.
Yeah, but it's cool to read on Krypton's site.
Let's go find it. So shout out to Craig.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I need to make it full screen.
Oh, there we go.
Got those ads.
Go follow Krypton site on all the social. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so Michael Cudlitz is directing one of the upcoming Superman Lois episodes. But yeah,
I believe I could be wrong, but I think Michael Cudlitz may have directed an episode of The Walking Dead. I think
he's directed 4 episodes. I saw that earlier this week.
Oh, okay, there you go then.
So yeah, he's continuing trying to direct certain projects that he's involved in. But yeah, guys, go check out Showrunner Whisperer with this new episode with the Legends showrunner, one of them. Yeah, it's going to be good. When's the next episode coming out? Do you have it?
It will be on Wednesday, Mars. No, actually on April 3rd. So I'm currently finishing the editing on that episode. So I'm excited for people to check it out. There's a lot of great conversations coming up. Some really cool stories that, again, there's one in particular that
I know that guys.
I may have told Ben maybe a name or two, but there's an interesting story that is going to come out that I think it's very bittersweet, but I think it's going to be something that freaks out a lot of DC fans in a good way.
You heard it here, guys. Showrunner Whisperer. Go follow at Showrunner Talk on Twitter.
The name sounds so much better coming from a British accent, by the way. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Like I did make the right call.
Maybe when in the show you should just use my voice. Showrunner Talk. Showrunner Whisperer. Go follow on social media. You know. No, but it's good. I started listening to the Legends episode. You guys should go check it out. I put a link in the chat. But also go check out Deck's channel. He's posted a new video after last week. So go check that out. That is DC Central. Link is in the description below. So yeah, I'm sure these guys are going to be posting more content. Hopefully have these guys back next week. And also hopefully Chainsaw Reacts is going to be joining us as well. But yeah, for now, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. And we'll catch you guys later next week on Thursday as usual around the same time. So thank you for watching. See you guys later.
Same
Goodbye.
bat time, same bat channel.